I think Stanmer Park's really special for a variety of reasons. It's the biggest open space we've got in the city, and there's just so much to do here. My name is Will Furs. I'm the estate ranger here at Stanmer Park, Brighton's biggest park and local nature reserve. At the moment we're standing in the Arboretum, which is an area in the woodland which has been planted up with a variety of different trees, all sort of non-native trees, and that forms part of the wider woodland. There's always been a house here going back to, I think, the Domesday Book, but it wasn't until the 18th century when the estate really started to be developed by the Pelham family. I think it was around 1759. They increased the size of the house, they planted up the woodland which we're standing in here, so traditionally this would have all been open downland, and then they planted it up as was the taste at the time. Really accessible, there's lots of different paths you can come and walk through. It's all open, you can walk where you please. We've got lots of dog walkers and cyclists who come through, so yeah, really well used space.
The site does give people a chance to sort of connect with nature and to feel that pace of life here is a little bit slower. I'm Rob Dumbrell, I'm the Stanmer Estate Manager for City Parks, which is part of Brighton Hove Council. It's the gateway to the South Downs, so you can come here either by train, bus or in your car, or walk up from Brighton and follow the pathways that we've got around the estate, and you can go straight up into the Downs and head off on the South Downs way. So this is one of the Permaculture Trust orchards. So a lot of these trees will be over 100 years old, all heritage varieties. In a couple of months' time they'll be full of blossom and bees, and then when the fruit gets picked later in the year, it'll go into the juice factory in the village.
We've got a new cafe opening up down the bottom of the park, lots of new facilities there, so there'll be bike hire, information points where you can come and read about the history of the park, see what different walks there are. And then if you progress further, again there's another little cafe back in the village, and we've got loads of different community enterprises up here. Stanmer Organics is one of them.
I'm Alistair Duncan, and I'm one of 17 directors of Stanmer Organics, and I look after this space here, which is called Breathing Space. This is a willow bower. It's mainly willow and hornbeam, and it's basically a living structure, and it's a lovely space that people use for storytelling and meditation and small group work. And then, yeah, basically every year, around this time of year, it has to have a haircut to take off the loose pieces that are grown during the year, and then it just becomes this beautiful green building that's just a very lovely space for people to be in. Stanmer Organics, I guess it's three things. It is the land, there's 17.5 acres, and then you've got 17 projects which are all in the area of organic growing, so sustainable growing, vegetables, fruit, trees, shrubs, flowers. But then alongside that there's a whole education program, so a lot of the different plots are doing education in growing and those sorts of things. On top of that there's a whole well-being dimension. We all know how getting out in the country and being out in nature is really, really helpful for us, particularly at this time. So they've all got a dimension of that about well-being, being in nature, growing in nature. It's about the land, looking after the land well in a sustainable way, growing things and then engaging people in that. It's absolutely open to all. I think that's one of our things that is important. It's a free way of engaging in a supported way with the natural world.
This is One Garden Brighton. It's a 6-acre walled garden. It's a bit of a hidden gem really, not many people have seen it to date. It's effectively the site of our new horticultural training centre of excellence, but also a destination in itself really. My name's James Hibbert, I'm the director at One Garden Brighton. I'm also the deputy principal at Plumpton College. We've got this site for hopefully the next 25 years, which is great. And as part of that, we'll be opening it every day, free to enter for the public. We've got One Garden Market, which is our farm shop, which is just behind me, set inside the glass house there. We've got our events programme, the idea being that obviously weather dependent, but some will be indoors, some will be outdoors. You should be able to come on different days and do things different. And then we've got One Garden Kitchen, which is our cafe, fabulous food. We want it to be a place where it doesn't just attract passing trade, but you come here and actually spend the afternoon, spend the day here. and do as little or as much as you like, really.
So I think one of the nice things about the Living Coast in particular is that it encompasses both the downland and the city, and that's really unique. When you look at a lot of other biospheres, it's just mainly natural areas, not the city, and that's the great thing here, is it's the city and the wider downs and the countryside. And it's great to be forging those links between the countryside and the city and trying to encourage more people to come out into the wider area.
We all just need to be aware that we all need to look after these spaces together and do our little bit to make sure that they're here for the future.
It's looking after the land. There's also an ongoing sort of nature identification thing. I think there are 80 species of different wildflowers and plants here, and it's how we can grow but still respect and nurture nature as well. So that's pretty crucial.